Hi everybody, it's me, Andrew Autry, the creator of Survival Horror RPG. And today I'm going to be talking about the character classes in my player's manual. Just a little bit about character classes. So there are 5 character classes, um, each of which is very unique. They all have very unique skills. Um, they also have something that's unique to this game system. They have class items. So they have an item that doesn't take up inventory space, but it's a personal item that they keep on them at all times. Um, and this key item is used in many different ways. But I just wanted to go into a little bit on each of these classes. And we're going to go ahead and start with the Scout. So let's see the Scout. So the class item for the Scout is a tactical backpack, which gives them the most amount of inventory space. In this game, inventory space is very crucial. You have inventory or item slots. Most characters usually only have about 6. The Scout class has 10 item slots, thanks to that tactical backpack. Some of the weapons that they are proficient with, this just means that these are weapons that they can use with a little better advantage. If they were to use a weapon that they're not proficient with, it's a little bit more difficult for them to hit with these weapons. The weapons that scouts use are typically knives, pistols, shotguns, rifles, and magnums. Some of the noteworthy skills that they have the ability to hide, and basically this means that they become essentially invisible to some enemies, as long as they're not just in plain sight, standing right in front of them. But they have the ability to hide. They also have the ability to locate weak points, and this isn't just an ability that helps them, it helps the entire team, because if they are within, I believe it's 30 feet, they are actually able to communicate to other characters the weak points on enemies, and by doing this, it adds an additional damage die whenever they do hit. So very, very powerful. They also have the ability to scavenge. This is a passive ability, and anytime the scout is searching for something, looking through stuff, they have a 10% chance to find double ammo, double gunpowder, or double healing items. So very, very useful. And the scout is the eyes and ears of the team. Next, we have the medic. The medic has a class item of a mixing kit. This is very unique because the medics are the only class that is able to mix herbs. They're the only class that's able to mix herbs, and at a certain level, I have given them the ability to classify what their mixing kit becomes, if it's a medical kit or if it becomes a chemist kit where they can mix, where they can carry gunpowders without having to take up inventory space. If they pick the medical kit, they can store herbs without using inventory space. So very, very useful. The weapons that medics typically use are knives, pistols, and shotguns. These are the guns and weapons that they are proficient with. Some noteworthy skills: first aid. Essentially, they're able to use just hands-on first aid treatment to heal characters. They also have the ability to inject other characters or themselves with adrenaline. And that is extremely helpful because it's good for resuscitating characters. Also gives them an increase in strength, speed, and temporary hit points. But after the effects wear off, they have to suffer some penalties as well. There's also a unique ability. This was kind of a skill I threw in later on. It is the ability to turn a zombie. So they have the ability to inject the zombie with some type of pheromone where the zombie is now charmed and essentially is fighting for your team for just a brief moment. But it's just enough, so it's extremely helpful. The medic is, of course, the healer of the team. Next, we have the technician class, one of the most versatile classes. The class item for the technician is the lockpick. The lockpick comes in handy all of the time. Essentially, the lockpick is just a simple, like, you don't have to worry about simple locks. Anything that has to, like, maybe like a drawer is locked or something, or a very simple lock on a door, they're able to unlock. They can't really unlock special key locks or electronic locks, but the lockpick will always stick with them, and it can never break. Some of the weapons that they are proficient with: pistols, shotguns, and magnums. So they lose the knife proficiency, but you know, they got plenty of stuff to protect them. Some noteworthy skills: lockpicking, which we've already gone over, talked about that a little bit. They also have the ability to repair items, because yes, some items in this game can be broken, whether that's bent, destroyed by acid, because there are some nasty monsters in this that do spit acid, and they can damage body armor, they can damage your weapons, they could even break a gun that you have. But the technician class has the ability to repair items. You also have the ability to craft ammo, and this comes on two different levels. So technicians have the ability to craft ammo, and once they've leveled up again, they also get the ability to craft some high-grade ammo. The high-grade ammo increases the damage of of each of your weapons. So just depending on what ammo they create, they can create some stronger ammo that does an extra, I believe it increases the damage die. So very versatile, very useful. They're definitely the support class for the team, and they are by far one of the most popular classes as well. So this brings me to the combat expert. Combat expert, their class item is a lighter. Now, that might not sound like much right now, but the lighter is useful for many things. Just a tool also can be used for light, because, I mean, not all characters start with a flashlight, but the lighter is extremely helpful. The combat expert is also proficient with every weapon in the game, so they don't have to worry about, oh, should I use this weapon? They've got it down. They know what to do. Some noteworthy skills: devastating shot, by far one of the most powerful abilities in the game. The combat expert, instead of using their weapon for however many uses it needs to be used, they sacrifice all of the use of a weapon for one just clean shot where they aim down sights and make sure what they're going to hit, and they add basically a +5 to hit, and they get some extra damage die in there. So you're taking a really good shot. That's an amazing ability. Another great skill is Quick Loader. So once you level up enough, you have the ability to unlock Quick Loader, which this ability, basically, to reload in this game, you have to spend an action point. But as the combat expert, if you have Quick Loader, you don't have to spend an action point to reload. You just get that for free. So super duper helpful. And the last noteworthy skill is Counter. Counter is another sort of passive skill. This one, if your character becomes grappled and if you have a knife in your inventory, instead of being grappled, you can choose to use Counter. You take that knife and you fight off the enemy. Basically lose the grapple, and you lose your knife because it gets stuck in them, but you're not grappled, and it does the damage of the knife. So an extremely helpful skill. And of course, Combat Expert is like the fighter of the group. And this brings us to the last class, the Survivalist class. This is another very popular favorite of people who've played so far. The Survivalist class has a class item of the Animal Companion. So essentially they get to start with a dog companion. The dog is extremely helpful, but it can also be a hindrance in some ways. The Survivalist is only proficient in knives, improvised weapons, and bows. So it's kind of a give and take. The Survivalist has a lot of skills that are used amongst all the other classes, but and they also have the Animal Companion, so they have a lot of advantages, but they mostly stick to simple weapons like bows, blunt objects, and knives. Some noteworthy skills that they have. So they have Second Wind. Second Wind, when the Survivalist is incapacitated or reaches 0 hit points, they automatically gain 5 temporary hit points and regain consciousness, and it can only be used once per save room. So, save rooms are, a crucial thing. It's an area where basically your characters can go restock on things, rest for a bit, heal up, and not have to worry about enemies coming in. Let's see, the Animal Companion skills. So, not only does this Survivalist have skills of his own, but his Animal Companion can have skills as well. Skills such as searching, distractions, attacking, tracking using scents, and also the ability to teach their pet to guard and make sure that there's no danger coming. But yeah, essentially the Survivalist, their Animal Companion, not only has its own hit points and armor class, but they can do damage. They also have the ability to carry with inventory slots. So they have inventory slots depending on the size of the Animal Companion. And each of them has, unique advantages. They also have backgrounds as well for the pets. So that's something neat to look into. Let me see here. They're definitely improvisers, and they're the situationally aware team members. Very good at reading the room and seeing what's going on. But that covers pretty much everything. Hopefully you find all of this interesting and helpful, and it gives you the confidence when looking to purchase this book. But yes, all the classes are very, very unique, very powerful in their own ways, and as it's stated in the book, this game is meant for teamwork. So you can play this by yourself, but it definitely feels much better when you play with a group of friends. And working together, it's so rewarding whenever you play this game. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed the classes section, and look for the next few videos that are going to be coming out, speaking on enemies and talking about some of the weapons you can find in the game. Alright, well, this is Andrew Autry, creator of Survival Horror RPG, and I will see you in the next video.